And I just got a note that the staggering level of corruption from last night's meme coin dinner.
That's what you're focusing on, the meme coin.
No, 40% of Donald Trump's wealth has been accumulated since he became president because of 2 crypto coins. The New York Times did interviews with foreign buyers of this cryptocurrency who came over here to have dinner with him. A guy from South Korea.
This is not even part of the segment.
So what?
You're talking about a meme coin.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about who's corrupt and who is profiting off the American office.
Did he try to cover that up? I don't think so.
Yeah, Caroline Levitt said
you're defending.
And just following up on the dinner tonight, you mentioned this is not a White House dinner, but the president is always the president, and the Trump family is making money off of this. So can you just explain how is this not the president using the office to enrich himself?
All of the president's assets are in a blind trust, which is managed by his children, and I would argue one of the many reasons that the American people reelected this president back to this office is because he was a very successful businessman before giving it up to publicly serve our country.
It is estimated that 40% of Trump's entire net worth today is due to these 2 crypto coins that he just launched months ago. So this has been maybe the most lucrative venture he has ever endeavored to begin. All of this money is going straight into his pocket, and he is, as we've seen, trading favors, trading U.S. policy in order to get paid. That is different than a contribution to a campaign that can only be used for political purposes.
Remember how Republicans spent years foaming at the mouth over Hunter Biden's laptop, screaming about foreign influence and family corruption? But when Trump sells private access to himself to foreign investors?
Did anyone in the White House or in the White House counsel's office advise the president against holding this sweepstakes, whereby people who spent the most money on his Trump coin would then have access to the president at this dinner?
Again, the president has been asked about this. He has addressed this. I have also stated previously from this podium that the president is abiding by all conflict of interest laws that are applicable to the president. And I think everybody, the American public, believe it's absurd for anyone to insinuate that this president is profiting off of the presidency.
You sure about that?
Tonight, new details about the crypto dinner Trump didn't want the world to see. The New York Times reporting that, quote, several of the dinner guests in interviews with the New York Times said that they attended the event with the explicit intent of influencing Mr. Trump and U.S. financial regulations.
Trump and his crypto partners have already made $312 million in coin sales and $43 million in transaction fees. According to a leaderboard on GetTrumpMemes.com, yes, that's real. Those 220 wallets collectively held 13.8 million Trump coins worth just under $192 million. Trump launched his dumpster fire of a coin just 3 days before his inauguration. It skyrocketed, it crashed, and then it spiked again when Trump announced a loyalty contest rewarding the biggest coin holders with a seat at his exclusive gala dinner. So on May 22nd, Trump hosted all 220 of them at his golf resort in Sterling, Virginia.
It was closed to the public and press, but wide open to those investing hundreds of millions of dollars in the Trump family's cryptocurrency accounts.
These 220 guests were not picked at random. They were chosen based purely on how much crypto they held from January 17th to May 15th. So basically, the more you bought, the closer you sat.
One guest of honor, Justin Sun, a Chinese crypto billionaire and one of Trump's best customers, showing off his prize of a $100,000 watch. On X, he wrote, "As the top holder of Trump, I'm excited to connect with everyone, talk crypto, and discuss the future of our industry." For Sun, it's the latest act of a high-flying life, well documented on social media. He's perhaps best known for a $6 million banana duct taped to a wall, which he bought and ate. 2 years ago, during the Biden administration, the Securities and Exchange Commission charged Sun with fraud and market manipulation. After Trump returned to office, the legal action was paused. Sun's publicity stunts include paying $4.6 million for a charity lunch with Warren Buffett before canceling at the last minute. He ponied up $28 million for a seat on one of Blue Origin's first manned space flights, but canceled that too. Sun holds more than $20 million in the Trump meme coin and invested $75 million in World Liberty Financial, a Trump family crypto company.
So just to recap, the SEC charges Sun with fraud, the DOJ investigates him, he invests heavily in Trump's crypto ventures, Trump becomes president again, and boom, the case pauses, and now he gets direct access to Trump. Funny how that works out, huh?
Suspicious.
But what about the other investors?
On the president's dinner tonight, will the White House commit to making a list of the attendees public so people can see who's paying for that kind of access to the president?
Well, as you know, Garrett, this question has been raised with the president. I have also addressed the dinner tonight. The president is attending it in his personal time. It is not a White House dinner. It's not taking place here at the White House, but certainly I can raise that question and try to get you an answer for it.
So that would be a big fat no. But despite the obvious corruption that's happening before our very eyes, some Trump supporters are desperately trying to make the case that Trump is not bribable.
You know, no one who voted for him, I don't think, thinks that he is a person who can be bribed easily. Certainly after he took a hatchet to the world economy, that solidified that in my mind, that he has his view of what he wants to do and he's going to do it.
Can't be bought? The guy literally just accepted a $400 million luxury plane from the Qatari royal family that he gets to keep once he leaves office. And when he was asked about it during a photo op with South Africa's president, this is what he said.
I'm sorry, I don't have a plane to give you.
I wish you did. I take it. I would take it. If your country offered the United States Air Force a plane, I would take it.
Okay.
That is not a joke. That's a confession.
This is the appearance of something. So somebody like you who's not convinced that he can't be bribed would look at this and say, look, I have no reason to believe him. And that is true. But what I'm balancing that with is everything else that he's done that I consider to be just epic, and only he could have done it, like the 10% global tariff that we now have that's generating billions of dollars in revenue, deporting gangbangers and Hamas supporters, defunding Harvard, securing the border. I mean, this is stuff that is so significant.
Also, this woman is all of us right now. When I started my show, What Was That? It felt like I was navigating everything solo, writing scripts, setting up, planning filming schedules, designing assets. It was incredibly overwhelming. And each day brought new decisions that demanded immediate answers. When you're starting off with something new, it seems like your to-do list keeps growing every day with new tasks, and that list can easily begin to overrun your life. Finding the right tool that not only helps you out, but simplifies everything can be such a game changer. And for millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names to brands like MeidasTouch. Get started with your own design studio. With hundreds of ready-to-use templates, Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand style. Accelerate your content creation. Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. Get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you. Easily create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. And best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Gabe. Go to shopify.com/Gabe. Shopify.com/Gabe. Now, if you're wondering whether any of this is legal, the answer is probably not, or at least it shouldn't be. The Constitution is pretty clear on this one, and yes, that includes Chinese crypto billionaires and Emirati-backed companies. But Trump has never cared about that. He refused to release his taxes in either term, he funneled foreign money through his hotels, and now he's doing it all over again with crypto, influencers, and blockchain loyalty contests. And he isn't even hiding it. He's selling FaceTime with the leader of the free world like it's a cameo shout-out. Only, instead of $200 for a birthday message, it's hundreds of millions of dollars for influence.
Donald Trump's dinner is an orgy of corruption. That's what this is all about. We are here today to talk about exactly one topic: corruption. Corruption in its ugliest form. Donald Trump is using the presidency of the United States to make himself richer through crypto. And he's doing it right out there in plain sight. He is signaling to anyone who wants to ask for a special favor and is willing to pay for it exactly how to do that.
Donald Trump's meme coin has no value in and of itself. Its only value is based upon how much demand exists for the meme coin. He creates demand by essentially opening a channel for bribery. If you buy his coin, the price goes up and he makes more money. If you buy his coin, you get secret access to the president to be able to plead your case, to be able to ask for preferential treatment. And the extra benefit is no one will ever know that you bought the coin or that you got the private access. And so it provides cover for the most corrupt, for the most compromised, for the worst of the worst, to channel money to Donald Trump in order to get their private audience with him, in order to plead their case for favorable treatment from the federal government or for investment from the U.S. taxpayer.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support my work on What Was That, the best way is by becoming a paid subscriber at whatwasthat.show. I'm fully independent, so your support helps run this one-person operation. By supporting, you'll get episodes, deep dive breakdowns, and articles you won't find anywhere else. That's whatwasthat.show. Prefer to listen while you're on the go? What Was That is available on all major podcast platforms. Apple, Spotify, you name it. Until next time, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and this has been What Was That?